The Crew is an online-only racing video game co-developed by Ubisoft Ivory Tower and Ubisoft Reflections and published by Ubisoft. The game was released for PlayStation 4, Windows, and Xbox One, with an Xbox 360 port developed by Asobo Studio in December 2014, and for Amazon Luna in November 2020. It features a persistent open-world environment for free roaming across a scaled-down recreation of the contiguous United States and includes both role-playing and large-scale multiplayer elements. Upon release, The Crew received mixed reviews from critics who praised the game's world design but criticized the always-online aspect, which created technical glitches and other issues, the difficult-to-understand user interface, and the presence of microtransactions. The game shipped 2 million units by January 1, 2015. The first expansion, titled The Crew, Wild Run, was released on November 17, 2015. The second expansion, entitled The Crew, Calling All Units, was announced at Gamescom 2016 and released on November 29, 2016. The Crew is a racing game set in a persistent open-world environment for free roaming across a scaled-down recreation of the contiguous United States. The map is split into 5 regions: the Midwest, the East Coast, the South, Mountain States, and West Coast. Each region has its own unique geographical features. 6 main cities, 1 in each region, 2 in the Midwest, are featured in the game: Detroit and Chicago in the Midwest, New York City on the East Coast, Miami in the South, Las Vegas in the Mountain States, and Los Angeles on the West Coast. Various other cities, namely St. Louis, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, Dallas, Salt Lake City, Santa Fe, San Francisco, and Seattle, are also featured in the game. Over 30 smaller cities and towns line the countryside, such as Nashville, Norfolk, and others. It takes approximately 45 minutes in real time to drive from coast to coast in-game. The Crew 2 is a 2018 open-world racing video game developed by Ubisoft Ivory Tower and published by Ubisoft for PlayStation 4, Windows, Xbox One, and Google Stadia. It is the sequel to 2014's The Crew. It features a persistent open-world environment for free roaming across a scaled-down recreation of the contiguous United States. The game allows players to control a variety of vehicles including cars, motorcycles, boats, and airplanes. A sequel, The Crew Motor Fest, was released on September 14, 2023, with the Oahu Island in Hawaii as a new location. Similar to its predecessor, The Crew 2 is a racing game. In the game, players assume control of a racer who is trying to work their way to become successful in multiple vehicular racing disciplines. It features a persistent open-world environment for racing and free roaming across a scaled-down recreation of the contiguous United States. In addition to cars, players can control other kinds of vehicles, including airplanes, motorcycles, and powerboats. Each vehicle has its own control physics, meaning that gameplay is different when players are controlling different types of vehicles. Players can switch between controlling air, land, and sea vehicles instantly. The game features 4 different hub worlds, with each having their own theme and playstyle. These themes include off-road, street racing, pro racing, and freestyle. Similar to the first game, it places an emphasis on playing multiplayer in groups called crews. It also features a cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows players to join any events, besides boss events together. This mode can also be played solo with artificial intelligence. As with the previous title, The Crew 2 requires a constant internet connection to play. The Crew Motorfest is a 2023 racing video game developed by Ubisoft Ivory Tower and published by Ubisoft for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Windows, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. It is the sequel to 2018's The Crew 2 and the third game in the Crew series, and was released on September 14, 2023. The game is set in an open-world environment, a scaled-down version of the Hawaiian island of Oahu. It received generally positive reviews from critics and is considered an improvement over its predecessors. Gameplay. The Crew Motorfest is set in a scaled-down version of the island of Oahu in Hawaii. It is themed around a festival that will serve as the main area for accessing the various events in the game, which is similar to that of the Forza Horizon series of games. Its gameplay is similar to that of the previous games in the series, featuring online multiplayer features referred to in-game as a crew, as well as being able to control vehicles other than cars such as planes and boats. The main part of the game is the playlists. As of September 2023, there are 15 playlists, each with a different theme such as vintage cars, Lamborghini, and collaborations with influencers such as Supercar Blondie, Liberty Walk, Ja, and Donut Media. Another popular mode is the Grand Race, a long race which is approximately 10 minutes long with 28 players online, which is split up into 3 sections for 3 tiers of racing. The sections and tiers for each race is chosen by random and swaps every 30 minutes, while the race route is random for every race. The main stage contains a monthly theme with unique limited time rewards, with each week of each month, which involves filling up the revisit, racing, or explore timeline. After filing up one of the main stage timelines, the player unlocks the legend timeline, filled with limited time rewards. Every week a sub-theme of the main stage theme will be used for the Summit Contest, a weekly themed contest where players compete in 9 challenges to earn points. The top 10,000 players with the most points can receive an exclusive prize, including limited-time Summit exclusive vehicles or titles to display on the name of the player in-game, and the person in first position for each week can have their player name carved into a star for all players to see in Festival Tent, where every player loads into when loading into the game every time. The Custom Show is a weekly contest where players can customize their vehicle to the weekly Summit Contest theme and let players vote for which vehicle they like. At the end of the week, the players with the most votes get rewards. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment and hit that like button and subscribe for more racing content.